For thousands of years, human beings have stared into the infinite night sky, searching for meaning, seeking an answer to the oldest question ever asked: are we alone? From the myths of ancient civilizations to the logic of modern science, this question has never faded. Long before telescopes and satellites, people filled the silence with imagination. They spoke of gods among the stars, of unseen spirits watching over creation. Centuries later, scholars debated whether Earth was unique or just one of many living worlds scattered through the cosmos. And when science replaced superstition, mathematics took over the search. Astronomers counted stars, measured orbits, and calculated the staggering odds of life beyond our home world. Yet the universe remained quiet. No signal. No message. Just the endless hush of the stars. Radio dishes swept the heavens, spacecraft crossed the borders of our solar system, and theories multiplied. Still, the silence endured, heavy, absolute, like a curtain drawn across the face of truth. A curtain that divided what we longed to know from what we could not yet see. Generations passed. The same question whispered through the ages, from shepherds under the moon to scientists in glowing observatories, from poets and dreamers to explorers and thinkers. And then, at last, the curtain trembled. Roughly 120 light-years away, orbiting a faint red dwarf star in the constellation Leo, lies a world unlike any other, a planet both alien and strangely familiar. That world is K2-18B. Through the unmatched sensitivity of the James Webb Space Telescope, humanity may now hold its first credible hint that life exists elsewhere. Webb detected subtle traces in the planet's atmosphere, water vapor, methane, and carbon compounds, all fundamental to life as we understand it. But among them was a faint and extraordinary signature, dimethyl sulfide, DMS. On Earth, this molecule is created only by living organisms, microscopic plankton drifting through our oceans, unseen yet vital to all complex life. This discovery isn't legend or wishful thinking. It's evidence. Hard, verifiable, scientific evidence. And it may mark the instant when the long cosmic silence finally began to lift, humanity's first real glimpse of life beyond Earth. The world of K2-18B. K2-18B is not just another distant number in an astronomer's catalog. It is part of a rare group known as Hycean worlds, planets cloaked in thick hydrogen atmospheres, hiding beneath them deep global oceans. It is enormous, more than twice the size of Earth and nearly 9 times as massive. Its gravity is stronger, its seas unimaginably deep, its air dense and warm. Yet, despite its alien power, it circles within the habitable zone, the delicate band around a star where liquid water can exist. Unlike the frozen deserts of Mars or the raging storms of Jupiter, K2-18B is wrapped in a natural shield, a dense hydrogen layer that locks in heat, stabilizes oceans, and protects whatever might live below from deadly radiation. In many ways, it may echo Earth's distant past, when our planet was young, covered in water, and filled with the first fragile sparks of biology. Perhaps history is repeating itself, not here, but far beyond our solar system. The whisper of life when Webb's infrared instruments focused on K2-18B, what they found astonished scientists. Molecules essential to chemistry, and possibly to biology, appeared in its spectral data. Water vapor. Methane. Carbon dioxide. And then came the most surprising result, faint signatures of dimethyl sulfide, DMS, and dimethyl disulfide, DMDS, both, on Earth, created by marine organisms. Finding them together by coincidence is nearly impossible. For the first time, humanity wasn't simply imagining a world that could host life. We were looking at one that might already do so. Astrophysicist Niku Madhusudan called it a turning point, a moment when the search for life shifted from speculation to measurable reality. What kind of life could dwell there? Perhaps microscopic beings drifting in endless hydrogen seas, ancient, simple, and enduring. Or perhaps more complex creatures, adapted to immense pressures and dim red light, life forms utterly unlike anything Earth has ever known. Maybe K2-18B is not just inhabited, maybe it's away. The question of contact with every discovery comes a new and deeper question. Now that we've found the signs of life on K2-18B, should we reach out? For centuries, humans have dreamed of the moment we would finally meet another form of life. But now that it might be real, the excitement is mixed with fear, awe, and hesitation. Some scientists warn that even the smallest signal could change everything, not just for them, but for us. What if K2-18B harbors a fragile ecosystem, a world still young, still learning to live? What if our contact disturbs its natural evolution before it ever has a chance to grow on its own? And what if something far more advanced already listens from there, something beyond our understanding? These questions divide humanity. To some, communication is the next step in our destiny, a sign of courage and curiosity. To others, it is an act of unimaginable risk. Supporters of contact argue that it might already be too late to remain hidden. For nearly a century, Earth has been leaking signals into space, radio broadcasts, radar beams, television, and now digital transmissions. That invisible cloud of human noise expands outward at the speed of light, already reaching hundreds of nearby stars. If intelligent beings exist on K2-18B, they might already know of us. They might be studying the faint hum of our civilization, the heartbeat of a species just learning to look beyond its cradle. But even if we decide to send a message, time itself becomes the barrier. A transmission from Earth would take 120 years to reach them. Their reply, another 120 years to return. A single conversation would span nearly a quarter of a millennium. The people who send the first message would never live to hear the answer. So the real question isn't can we speak, it's should we? And if we do, what would we even say? Would we send mathematics, the universal language of logic? Would we describe our planet, our art, our hopes and fears? Or would we remain silent, observers of a life that may never know we exist? The world reacts when the James Webb Space Telescope revealed its findings. The world paused. Headlines ignited across every language, every nation. For the first time, the possibility of life beyond Earth wasn't science fiction, it was scientific evidence. Social media exploded with wonder. Hashtags like #K2-18B, #AlienOcean, and #We Are Not Alone echoed across billions of screens. Documentaries were announced overnight. News anchors spoke with awe. And people everywhere looked up at the night sky, realizing that one of those faint dots could now hold the answer to humanity's oldest question. For a rare and fleeting moment, humanity's focus shifted. Nations looked beyond conflict, beyond borders, beyond politics, united by a single discovery that belonged to everyone. Because space does not carry the name of any country. It belongs to all who dare to wonder. Space agencies began to collaborate, drafting plans for future missions, telescopes more powerful than Webb, probes that could one day study exoplanets directly. Universities reported record enrollments in astronomy, astrobiology, and physics. And countless young minds decided, for the first time, that they wanted to become scientists. For the first time in generations, humanity felt connected, not just to each other, but to the cosmos itself. Yet beneath all the excitement, a darker thought lingered. The question that has haunted scientists for decades. If life exists there, why is the universe still so silent? The Fermi paradox. This mystery is known as the Fermi paradox. If our galaxy alone holds billions of stars and trillions of planets, many inhabitable zones, then where is everyone? Perhaps civilizations rise and fall long before they reach the stars. Perhaps intelligent life is fragile, easily destroyed by its own creation, its own technology. Maybe the step from simple microbes to conscious beings is far rarer than we can imagine. Or perhaps life is everywhere, but chooses not to speak. Maybe silence is the rule of survival. Maybe the universe is filled with civilizations quietly observing each other, never revealing their presence, waiting, listening, wondering the same thing we are. If K2-18B hosts only simple microbes, the silence is easy to understand.